Cubanita, con tus memorias, Cubanita, de los ojos oscuros, no llores, ay mamita, ya tendremos una vida de paz y lujo. Being Cuban is hot. Oh yes, if you are Cuban right now, you are hot. You are assumed to represent the genius of Afro-Cuban jazz records, the flavor of the finest cigars and coffee, the juice of puerco asado, the passion of revolution, the fire of mambo, and the talent for talking the most mess. Yes, being Cuban is hot, like Tony Montana hot, like Miami hot, like Come on Shake Your Body Baby Do That Conga hot, like Castro's head under his army hat hot, and everyone eats it up like rice and beans. Grisel, you're Cuban. You've never been there. You have to go. It's so much fun. Grisel, you're Cuban. Let me tell you, Castro is a genius, and I hate all the propaganda about how bad it is over there. They love Cuba. Being Cuban is hot. Yeah, sure, it's hot. Hot like the burning words my uncles would write to my mother out of frustration because she wasn't sending them enough money and their excellent Cuban educations were useless on a jobless island. Being Cuban is hot like the acid in my grandfather's tears when he saw me on videotape telling him I wanted to meet him. I still haven't met him. He died last year. Being Cuban is hot like the itchy skin my cousins must withstand because they have no lotion, no soap, no vitamins to keep their skins from developing disease. I am reminded of this every time I buy lotion at the dollar store. Being Cuban is hot like the air under the blanket my mother would cover herself with, stuck in her bed by the weight of depression and conflict caused by both missing her family and country and fearing seeing them again because nothing she could do was ever enough. Being Cuban is hot like the liquor my uncles drink there and the liquor I drink here. While they drink to forget their lives, I drink because no one has given me a memory of Cuba. Mommy never talked about it. My connection with this place is loosely held together by old black and white photographs and new packages of unwanted clothes we send over. Yeah, being Cuban is hot. Hot like prostitution. Because there's nothing hotter than using a mulata's body, which is such a hot commodity that it is advertised as the best throughout Europe. Being Cuban is hot like racism between white and black Cubans, and the classism between the ones who left and the ones who stayed. Being Cuban is hot like the mythologized view of the U.S. so many Cubans living here must keep alive, because if they don't keep it alive, what was the point of giving up everything they ever had? Being Cuban is hot like self-denial and self-hatred, because I'm not Cuban, just Cuban. I'm Colombian too, but nobody wants you to be Colombian. They're not as cool. Not as hot, rather. Being Cuban is hot like the sadness of unrealized dreams under the afternoon sun. Sadness that is bought and sold for your entertainment. So if I do not share your enthusiasm over the novelty of my mother's motherland, don't freak out. It's just that I'm a cold Cuban. Dead cold like the realization of the fact that I have lived and breathed the truths of Cuba since day one. And you have not. Hot.